Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in again. And for those of you who are listening to me for the first time, hey, I'm Laura. I'm a certified thanatologist. Thanatology is the study of death, dying, and bereavement or grief. And I grew up in a house with a bunch of elephants in every room. And that is because my mom collected elephants. But I wonder if maybe that's why I like to talk about the two big elephants in the room, which is death and grief. And so today I want to talk about that very thing. What's the best thing if you can do regularly to nourish yourself and guarantee make a huge difference in your grief and your healing? And that is writing. And I'm not talking about being some poetic champion. I'm talking about stream of consciousness, getting it out on the paper with words. When we write, we have to slow down. We can't write as quickly as we can think. And so we kind of trip that, we get around that usual thought process. We can get into a deeper part of ourselves by slowing down and listening. Second aspect of this is doing it with others. We often think that close family members, close friends are the ones who we will be able to connect with around our grief. Might be for a time, but there comes a time where we realize not everybody has the same shared depth of experience. If you have lost someone very close to you, you know what I'm talking about. Life feels like, how on earth will I do life now without that key person in it? And so gathering with others who've got that same shared depth of loss is what can really get things flowing. It's a shared purpose. We get together, get a writing prompt, and write. The third aspect of this is that grief by its nature is a fullness. It's big. You know, the person you lost who you loved, your love for them was big. So really it's just an expression of that love, but it comes out in such different ways. For some of us, grief is numb. Grief is like expressed in numbness. That was me for several years. I couldn't cry for several years. Grief is not always just sadness and tears. For some, it's like I can't stop crying. For others, it's anger, it's rage. For others, grief is regret, shame, remorse. It runs the gamut. But the thing I would say that I have seen in my grief coaching is the common aspect of it is that it's a fullness. And that fullness needs to get poured out, sharing our story. If it's like that, if it's not being expressed, this fullness that needs to pour out, that's when it can turn into depression and anxiety. And each of us has got a different vantage point. We're all on the same trail of grief, but we've all got a different vantage point of, I can see around this bend what this person can't, or they can see around that bend what I cannot yet. We share our experience, we share our stories, and we get a fuller picture of what's going on. And I think that's it. I'm signing off for now. Thanks so much for listening. Take good care. Much love.